Isang makakalikasang pagbati buhat po sa Department of Energy, and I wish to greet all the people of Sagada. Happy Fiesta. And in advance, I wish to congratulate you all for the possible hosting of a wind energy project in your area. You're lucky to have these resources for development, as it will help not only the people of Sagada but the general Filipino populace as well. As you may know, wind energy generation is one of the cleanest, if not the cleanest energy generation. It will provide a sustainable development for the country and lessen our dependence for imported fossil fuels. Wind energy generation is not new in the Philippines, as we have already the establishment of the wind energy generation in Bangi Bay, Ilocos Norte. And the people of Ilocos Norte has long, since 2005, benefited from the development of these wind energy resources. It is not directly in terms of the cost, but the benefits that the host communities are getting from this wind energy development. For one, the local government units of Sagada will definitely benefit from the national government share being derived from the development and exploitation of this wind energy resource. At the same time, the localities or the barangay as well as the municipality that directly host the wind energy generation will be accorded with a 1 centavo benefit for every kilowatt hour that will be sold from this energy generation. This will help us hasten socio-economic development in Sagada, as well as provide some possible benefits in terms of job opportunities, cleaning the environment, and providing some socio-economic development. In terms of electricity, the Energy Regulation 1-94 clearly provides that 50% of the 1 centavo benefit to host community should go directly for the utilization of the communities hosting these energy projects by at least expanding or enhancing the electricity services in the area, or in the long term, lower the electricity cost by directly benefiting from these wind energy projects. I wish to provide you as well an idea on how wind energy generation can be derived through these technologies and what are the available technologies. So, if I may, and as I congratulate again the people of Sagada, I wish to present you an audio-video presentation describing you how wind energy generation can be accomplished and directly benefit the communities that host it. Thank you and happy Fiesta again.
Welcome to a Mid-American Energy wind farm. A wind farm is a power plant that uses the energy contained in prevailing winds to generate electricity. Humans have harnessed the power of the wind for thousands of years. The earliest known use of wind power was the sailboat. Approximately 5,000 years ago in Egypt, boats with sails traveled up and down the Nile River. Several thousand years later, in Persia, wind energy was used to power vertical axis windmills for labor-intensive tasks like grinding grain. In Western Europe, the windmill evolved from a vertical axis to a more efficient horizontal axis configuration. Later, the Dutch modified the windmill to pump water and reclaim much of Holland from the sea. The multi-vane farm windmill was invented in the United States during the latter half of the 19th century. This familiar rural windmill was used for pumping groundwater in small quantities to livestock water tanks. In the 1930s and 40s, electricity-producing wind turbines were built in the U.S. to provide electricity to farms beyond the reach of power lines. By the early 1950s, however, the extension of the central power grid to nearly every American household made these wind turbines unnecessary. A new market for wind systems, or wind farms, began in the early 1980s, as climbing oil prices in the 70s and a new federal law encouraged the use of alternative power sources. As the cost of wind technology becomes less expensive, areas such as the Great Plains, Midwest, Pacific Northwest, and Northeast are now beginning to see greater wind farm development. Wind farms typically have dozens of wind turbines. Since a single wind turbine needs about 1/2 an acre of land on which to operate and approximately 40 acres of wind space, a wind farm may spread out over thousands of acres. Wind farms are built in areas where there are reliable and favorable wind speeds. Wind resource maps and measurements are used to identify the best location for a wind farm. Wind farms need to be located close to power lines that can carry the electricity to homes and businesses. Since wind farms are usually in isolated locations, electronic equipment remotely monitors information such as wind speed, the amount of power being generated, operating temperature, and the gearbox oil level. Monitoring each wind turbine identifies problems early to prevent breakdowns and save on repair costs. A wind turbine uses the natural power of the wind to generate electricity. Wind turbines sit high atop towers hundreds of feet above the ground, so the wind can reach them without being blocked by obstacles such as trees, hills, or buildings. A wind turbine experiences significantly higher wind speeds the higher it is above the ground. The more constant the wind speed, between 8 and 40 miles per hour, the more electricity that can be generated from it. Wind turbines are much larger than they may appear. The span of the rotor blades on some turbines is more than 300 feet. These rotor blades sweep an area of almost 75,000 square feet with each rotation. Inside the wind turbine enclosure, or nacelle, are the components that generate electricity. The process begins when the rotor blades turn in the wind and transfer the wind power to the rotor hub. The low-speed shaft connects the rotor hub to the gearbox, which sits between the low-speed shaft and the high-speed shaft. Gears inside the gearbox increase the shaft speed so that the high-speed shaft turns much faster than the low-speed shaft. The high-speed shaft turns an electromagnet within the electrical generator, which converts the mechanical energy into electrical energy. Cables carry the electrical current from the wind turbine generator down through the tower to a step-up transformer where the voltage is increased. The electrical power is then sent to transmission lines that carry it to homes and businesses. For a wind turbine to operate most efficiently, it has to adapt to varying wind conditions. Many wind turbines have a computer control system that makes adjustments when the wind changes speed or direction. The wind turbine control system uses an anemometer to measure wind speed. The system starts the wind turbine when the wind reaches approximately 8 miles per hour. If the wind blows too hard, the controller engages a brake to stop the rotor blades from turning to prevent damage. The controller also can change the pitch of the blades to control the power output of the turbine. The rotor blades pitch or turn slightly out of the wind and then back again as needed. Normally, the blades will pitch a fraction of a degree at a time while the rotor is turning. A wind vane connected to the control system detects changes in wind direction. The control system then signals motors in the yaw drive to keep the rotor facing into the wind. Normally, the turbine will yaw or rotate only a few degrees at a time as the wind changes its direction. If the turbine rotates continuously in the same direction, the cables may become twisted and damaged. To prevent this, a cable twist counter tells the control system to stop the rotor blades and untwist the cables by rotating the wind turbine in the opposite direction until the cables are unwound. Wind energy is a non-polluting and renewable resource. Wind energy refers to the electrical power that can be generated from moving air. The more constant the wind speed, the more electricity that can be generated from it. Wind is simply air in motion. Wind develops as a result of the sun heating the Earth's surface unevenly. When a cloud blocks the sun from heating the land beneath it, the air cools, forming an area of high pressure. As the sun heats another land area, warm air rises, creating an area of low pressure. Wind is caused by air flowing from the high pressure to low pressure area. Air over land masses heats more quickly than air over water. The warm air over the land expands and rises, and heavier, cooler air over water moves in to take its place, creating local winds. At night, the winds reverse because the air cools more rapidly over land than water. On a larger scale, the winds that circle the Earth are created as the sun warms the surface air near the equator, and the cooler air from the North and South poles moves in to take its place.
Gawis ay agaw yung amin ay sagada. Yung amin ay sangaili ay mali ay nagkipiesta. Yung cerebral is ng kanang ng English Purification of the Blessed Virgin Mary. Manpasalamat ako kan ako Diyos. Tayin mali ng misyon ng Saint Mary the Virgin ay siya ng patakder is ng simbahan, ospital, niya eskwelahan. Manggasinta ko, tayo dato na nandin ka po na, ay sinumya ng ili, yan ang umili at sagat. Magpasalamat ako, abos, tayo iduwani at ado-ado ng turista ay umali, ay mang-ila is ng caves, rice terraces, waterproofs, ya ado-ado pa ay gawis ay mabuya. Makatulong iman dato na is ng tananda local economy. Ngayon, gawis pa'y kuma. No wada abos, di umali, ay mang tulong kandat ako, ay mang patakder is ng small industries. Ngayon kasi tako nga ron, tayin mali ng field carbon, ay magkikadwa kandat ako, ay mang usad is ng dagang, ay kanag na naaramid Igbanggi, Ilocos Norte. Na ay video, panggap ng Banggi Wind Farm. Ay kaunaan, ay naipatakder is ng intero ay Southeast Asia. Ya siya abos ng Gapuna, ay sinumyaan ng munisipyo at Banggi. Ilaan ito ko po.
Tao yan kung ingay para sa kanya yan o minsan nga tinatawag nating ingay pero ang iba tinatawag na music nila yan but for the case of the wind ng mga wind turbines natin, I could say na minimal or relatively halos nawawala yan or halos wala kumpara sa ibang ingay na naririnig natin sa paligid. Yung alon ng dagat, yung pagaspas ng mga dahon, halos natatakpan na nila yan. It still depends kung paano ka magpapa-apekto sa ingay or sa sound na naririnig natin. Kung iisipin mo na maingay yan kahit konting bulong, yun ngang ingay ng lamok, nakakairita na. Nakakairita. Ang hindi maingay yan. Konting-konti lang ang napoproduce na ingay niyan. Pero nakakairita dahil ayaw natin. Ngayon, kung tutusin, yun nga, habang lumalayo, natural na humihina yung ingay, natatakpan na yan ng ibang ingay sa paligid. Ng vibration, meron pero it's hindi discernible even pag andun ka sa tabi niya, hindi mo na mapapansin. Mahinang-mahina, halos walang, none is discernible. Not even, siguro I could say, not even animal sensitive to vibrations could discern it. I don't see a reason why it would affect water supply. Nakatayo lang yan dyan. It's just standing there and covered niya is napakaliit na area para maka-apekto sa water table. Sana hindi niya maapektuhan yung water table and then yung area na kung saan na kino-cover ng wind turbine pati yung foundation niya is napakaliit para magkaroon ng epekto sa water supply. So, even sa water groundwater recharge. Anything na mataas is prone to lightning. Yes. But again, hahayaan ba natin yung kagamitan na to na napakamahal without any protection? Of course, andyan yung protection niya. Kailangan hindi maapektuhan yung turbina at yung anumang nakapaligid sa kanya. Oils and lubricants, halos nga walang oils and lubricants yan. Halos wala. I'm not saying wala, but halos wala. And then, every 6 years, mag-change oil ka. And of course, i-collectahin mo yan the proper way. There are proper ways to collect oils and lubricants. And then, meron mga authorized recyclers ng mga to. Or nagdi-dispose ng in the proper way, mga recognized by DNR, na magdi-dispose ng mga langis. Sa totoo lang, baka mas marami pang langis na ubusin yung isang kotse compared sa isang wind turbine. Ang ikot ng wind turbine, sa atin dito, it's 14.4 revolutions per minute. Ang wind turbine natin dito is designed to and is capable of handling more than 70 meters per second of wind speed. Yan hindi pa natin inabot dito sa Pilipinas. Or inabot man yan, it is way back in history na hindi na maalala or hindi pa siya recorded na nangyari. And pag inabot ito ng turbina, of course, magkakaroon na ng problema. But under normal circumstances, kahit anong super typhoon, si Ondoy, si Pepeng na dumaan dito, walang problema na nangyari. Titigil ang ating wind turbines and they will protect themselves automatically from the harsh environment, from the harsh elements.
Ayun, nalagay yung banggi sa mapa ng Pilipinas. Kasi since this windmill, first in Southeast Asia.
Then, syempre, medyo malaking tulong din para sa amin yung taxes na binabayaran nila.
Number one na benefits ay tourism at saka employment. Kasi nandito ang cafe, napatayo kami ng cafe, tapos nag-hire kami ng mga tao. Local people from here.
Noon mahirap ang buhay namin dito, sir, kasi manipod na tayo itong windmill. Maraming natulungan, sir. Yung anak ko yung nagawa ng umuna ng ganito, sir.
Malaki na yung mga kinikita, yung mga halos 20% na yung mga nagbebenta sa sa mga souvenir natin, sa mga t-shirt, yung mga basta yung mga souvenir na para sa mga turista, patok, andito naman lahat. At saka sa barangay ho, sir, malaki kasi lalong-lalo na sa IRA, milyon na po yung IRA namin. 1 million plus na ho yun yung IRA namin kada taon-taon.
Ay, ma'am. Pabago-bago nga lang. Klima kasi everyday kami dito.
Hanggang ngayon, sir, wala pa naman akong naririnig. At saka wala pa naman kami nararamdaman na mismong nasa site.
Ewan pa, ma'am. Kung may panggap sila sa pagsakitan na, dahil gagangay lang. Inalakay, kung hindi tayo, dadamit tubig nga matay. May panggap sila, kung tayo nadamat ko na tayo panggap sila.
Dati mababa lang, ngayon. Tapos ang daming nagbilihan ng mga lupain. So, okay din sa amin dahil parang mula nung nandyan yung windmill, may mga nagtayuan na establishment.
Ayun sir, yung presyo ng mga lupa noon dito, sobrang mura noon. Kasi halos dito sir noon, talagang ano dito parang walang pumupunta dito noon, hindi pa na-expose eh. Kaya yung 1 hectare noon, makabili ka ng 30,000 halos 30 pesos per square meter noon. Pero ngayon, pagbenta ka na ng milyon yung 1 hektarya. Basta yung dagat, okay po yung pupunta sa laut. Marami na mo nakikita. At ang problema nila sir, nagkataon na yung payaw sir sa laut. Kasi yung payaw na sinasabi noon sir, doon na sila titira yung mga isda. Kaya nagkataon na wala nang pumunta dito sa dito sa mga pwedeng maabutan ng mga maliliit na mangingisda. Pero kapag okay po yung mangisda, may mga nakukuha naman sir kahit umiikot po yung turbine. Kasi sinasabi nila na malakas po yung ground na parang yung mga isda nabubulabog. Pero hindi yun ang dahilan sir. Talagang ang nakikita namin ngayon sir, yung mga payaw ho sa laot. Yan ang pinupuntahan na yung mga isda, kaya ayaw nilang pumunta dito sa yung mga naabutan yung mga mangingisda. Kasi malilit lang naman yung mga fishermen ho natin dito, yung mga fisher folks. Yung mga malilit lang na bangka hanggang dyan lang sa mga 60 brasas ho yung mga napupuntahan.
Di agkaroon ti turbine when windmill, mayat ti benefits nga maitit na kasi tourism and may sapay electricity sa environmentalist talagang awan ti may idulot na nga kasla flooding kasjay.
Sa mga bayan-bayan na mag-put up ng pagpalarin sila kasi hindi naman basta-basta makaka-request or makapag-put up ng windmill turbines. Malaking tulong din. In a way, nakakatulong sa locality namin, especially dun sa mga mahihirap. Unang-una yung livelihood nila nakakatulong pa konti-konti. Tsaka yung income ng munisipyo, syempre yung taxes na binabayaran ng company, and yung tourist, yan. Syempre pag may turista, mas maraming mabebenta yung mga tao. And yung ng lupain, yan medyo tumaas ng konti. Ewan ko kung baka wala na rin yatang mabili dun sa area dahil maraming kumuha. Kahit hindi taga rito, maraming taga-ibang bayan na bumibili ng lote dito sa amin.
My townmates from Sagada and Bisao, I have long retired from the energy sector, but I have agreed to be the chairman of PhilCarbon because I firmly believe in its mission of promoting the development and use of renewable sources of energy. Foremost of this is wind energy, which has been proven all over the world to be cost-effective and environment-friendly. I am therefore pleased that PhilCarbon has opted to help develop the good wind potential of the Bisao-Sagada boundary in Pilao, because it will not just be good for the Philippine economy and the environment, but will also help the local economies of Bisao and Sagada, as the Bangi Wind Farm has done to Bangi's economy. I am proud to say that I was born and raised in Bisao by poor peasants and a member of the Manangba clan on my father's side and the Galilid clan on my mother's side. Thus, I have close relatives spread out all over Bisao and Sagada, and I assure them that this project will be beneficial to us all. I would not support a project that does not benefit the people of both municipalities. much less a project that is destructive of the environment. I therefore appeal to all of you, townmates and relatives, to support this project. Together, let us make history by setting up the first mountain wind farm, not just in the Philippines, but in the whole of Southeast Asia.